two programs built college wrestling. Oklahoma State is the winningest wrestling program in history. By 1976, they had won 26 of the first 48 NCAA team titles. The Cowboys were an unstoppable force until a young man from Waterloo took over the Iowa Hawkeye wrestling program. Dan Gable went on to win 15 NCAA team titles in 21 years. Then two-time Olympic champion John Smith took over Oklahoma State and won 5 team titles, followed by Olympic champion Tom Brands at Iowa, who added 4 more. These two programs have been constantly at odds. Two dynasties, one rising just as the other refuses to fall. Through the 80s, the 90s, and early 2000s, whenever Iowa and Oklahoma State met, the entire wrestling world tuned in, and every single point mattered. And now another chapter is being written. It's Olympic champion David Taylor's second season as head coach of the Oklahoma State Cowboys. He's quickly ushered in a new era of success for this team, and a lot of people believe he's ready to take out Iowa for the first time in his coaching career. But his team is filled with young freshmen that will need to step up and win matches that they're not expected to, because Iowa is still Iowa, a team that knows how to get tough when it matters, a team led by one of the most iconic personalities in the sport, Tom Brands. Last year, it looked like Oklahoma State might even pull off the upset over Iowa in David Taylor's first year as coach. But Tom pulled a baller move and sent out true freshman Angelo Ferrari against Oklahoma State's returning national finalist Dustin Plott. Ferrari upset the fifth-year senior, helping secure the Hawkeyes' narrow win over the Cowboys. Just when you start to doubt them, Iowa proves again and again that they know how to win. The landscape of college wrestling has evolved over the decades, new contenders, new stars, new storylines, but something hasn't changed. When Iowa wrestles Oklahoma State, everything feels bigger. The crowd is louder, the stakes are higher, and the energy is unmistakable. So when wrestling fans found out that both teams would be competing in the 2025 National Duel sponsored by Paycom with $200,000 on the line, everyone started circling the date, imagining what another Hawkeye Cowboy showdown might look like. However, each team still had to win 2 duels to make this collision happen in the semifinals. But I was excited to see both lineups in the early rounds. I knew that as the event progressed, I'd get a clearer picture of which matchups swung toward Iowa, which swung toward Oklahoma State, and which ones would decide everything once the two giants finally collided. No one really knew just how good Sergio Vega was coming into this event.
There's a shot, head inside there for Jack. Standing single leg here. Vega can scramble, but it's hard to scramble when you're bouncing on a foot. Oh, threatened that dive roll.
Give me a little headstand right there. Huh?
That was nice.
He's unranked, and in a Cowboys-Hawkeyes showdown, most people would still lean towards Iowa's number 9 Nasir Bailey. But in round 2, Vega has a chance to change a lot of minds. He's taking on NC State's Ryan Jack, an All-American and the number 8 ranked wrestler in the country. If unranked Sergio Vega can knock off Ryan Jack here, it's more than just a win. It's a statement of a rival, and a warning that 141 pounds might look very different when Iowa and Oklahoma State finally collide.
Ride out for Vega. Strong second period. He finds the leg. Vega kind of plants himself in the middle there. 25 seconds to go. Level change. Re-attack there from Jack. He is in. Whizzer now. 16 seconds to go. Short time to work for this finish. Standing single leg. The finish could win the match for him. Vega turning in. 9 seconds now. Jack has to get this finish. Both legs for Vega. Trying to fight this out. Nothing.
Boys. God, dog, these last 2 matches. Great action, Jack. Great action, Vega. A lot of action happening right here on the edge of these matches, Paul. We over here grabbing each other, jumping up and down. Man.
The story of the year for Oklahoma State is these freshmen.
How you feeling, man?
Good.
Is that your first win over an All-American?
Yeah, think so, yeah.
How's that feel?
It's good. I mean, it's kind of easy when you got people like Landon and D that I'm staying with. They don't care who it is. Landon, we think he's crazy for it, but he has so much confidence, and it's just like seeing him do that last week, what he did and what he's doing now, it just shows me that I could do it. It don't matter that I'm a true freshman. It don't matter none of that. So it's just a good feeling to know that I was able to do that today.
Have you guys been having conversations about the possibility of a duel with Iowa?
Everyone thinks about it. They're Iowa, we're Oklahoma State, so I was always watching those duels and stuff since I was little, so it's going to be amazing being able to wrestle in it. This whole event is just super good. We got a bunch of top guys. It's like, just go scrap. That's what they tell me, just go scrapping. My dad's told me that since I was little. It's just scrapping, so just have fun, stay present, and keep scrapping.
Oklahoma State had Sergio Vega, but Iowa had an unknown of their own. Unknown of their own. I really wrote that down. Iowa's Masoma Indine was a D3 powerhouse, but he took some questionable losses over the summer, and a lot of people were wondering if he was really ready to make the jump to the Division I level.
His year moving up to the Division I level. Holy step over to a fall. Wow, that was awesome.
A statement win from Indine proved a lot of people wrong. This isn't enough to make him the favorite over number 9 Cody Merrill just yet, but it looks like we've got a swing match on our hands. And the entire Cowboys vs. Hawkeyes duel could come down to this one, because Iowa's heavyweight All-American Ben Keeter hasn't been wrestling and didn't even weigh in. Iowa takes out Missouri and Illinois, while Oklahoma State takes out Cornell and NC State to make the semifinal matchup a lot of fans were hoping for. The Oklahoma State Cowboys versus the Iowa Hawkeyes. Let's preview the duel. I'm going to assign team points based on who's favored, not predictions. As I record this, I already know who won. This is just a visual way to show you how close this duel should be. At 125, number 2 Troy Spratley is the favorite against number 10 Dean Peterson. At 133, number 3 Drake Ayala is a heavy favorite over freshman Ronnie Ramirez. At 141, number 9 Nasir Bailey is a slight favorite over unranked true freshman Sergio Vega. At 149, number 4 Casey Swiderski is a strong favorite over unranked Ryder Block, but he's taken 2 losses at this tournament so far, so look for Casey to either flip the momentum or Ryder to ride it. At 157, Landon Robideau is the heaviest favorite of the duel. There's a strong likelihood he earns a bonus victory over Voinovich. A lot of people would probably consider 165 a toss-up, but I'll get into that later in the video. For now, I'll keep it simple. Number 2 Mikey Caliendo has the edge over number 4 Ladarian Lockett. Then Patrick Kennedy is a solid favorite over Alex Facundo, as is Angel Ferrari over Zach Ryder. Then the match that could determine the duel, Masoma Indine versus Cody Merrill. Right now, you give the edge to Merrill. He's just a little more proven, but Indine clearly has a ton of upside, and Iowa's going to need him to win this match because without Ben Keeter weighing in, I expect a forfeit at heavyweight from Iowa. That brings us to a final team score of 19 Oklahoma State, 15 Iowa. But one decision will flip that result. Every single wrestler in this duel has an opportunity to determine the outcome. Obviously, that's how duels work. But this is going to be a close one, and I can't wait to get into it.
And welcome to day 2 of the National Duels Invitational presented by Paycom. We're live inside the BOK Center and ready for the next chapter in wrestling's greatest rivalry, the Iowa Hawkeyes versus the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Fireworks at the gate.
Fireworks at the gate. Obviously, Spratley is the runner-up from last year, All-American. Peterson has been a 3-time qualifier.
Dean Peterson, a guy with wins over Luke Lillidahl. He beat Richard Figueroa, national champion, who's now at Oklahoma State. But this is a huge test, and now you see the fakes getting going for Troy Spratley as he fires that left-handed single leg. And now trying to take him over with the over-under now. Seatbelt position here for Troy Spratley.
See if Spratley brings up and locks his hands, or is he going to try to get both legs behind that knee? But Peterson is a pretty good position right here.
Now switches to that single, improving his position now is Troy Spratley. Going to try to get above that knee, fighting hands well is Dean Peterson, preventing him from working up. But now, as I say, that shelf on the far hip for Spratley. His single leg is in good position. He cuts it back, catches the far foot, should be 3 it is. Spratley strikes first.
Strikes first, and good technique. Obviously, to your point that you talked about earlier, Christian, Peterson was doing a good job of fighting those hands, but Spratley took his time, climbed that rope, got above the knee, was able to free that hand and get long and go reach to that far ankle to get that first 3-point takedown.
Methodical finish, and that's how it's got to be against these elite guys, and that's exactly what Troy did. So early takedown for Spratley. We'll see how committed he is to the ride. Goes deep in that thigh there and looks to drive out of bounds right into his coaches.
What's up? How you doing, boys?
There you see Coach Taylor, 2020 Olympic champion, 86 kilograms in his second year for the Cowboys, as Spratley runs him right out of bounds. And we wondered if he was going to commit to the ride. He's got a lot of commitment right now.
Yeah, no doubt.
Chain wrestle. Multi-movement.
Stay committed here. Stay committed.
Fighting those hands, 41 to go.
That's a good position for Peterson. Now
Yes,
here comes
it
the
is.
count. You folks watching this on TV, he's got 5 seconds.
Big move. 2, potentially near fall.
Nope, he called nothing there. They're gonna throw that brick. They're gonna look
Gotta
at
be
it.
some points.
Yep.
Big throw from
Big
Tom
throw.
Brands. I don't know if we got a camera on that, but they're going to take a look. This is not independent review.
No.
The officials are looking, so that's why Coach Terry Brands went and got
Yes.
the brick. It's
Yes.
still theirs.
Yes.
Because the official said, hey, we're going to take a
We're
look
gonna
at
look
it.
at it. So they threw the reversal. So here, like I said, it's either the reversal's there, right? Now the question is whether swipes or not, right? And I think there was at least, if there were swipes, they're looking for 2.
Spratley was running his feet, and then kind of almost like a Dylan Ness gator bacon position, that high flyer.
Well, and you saw Peterson still had his foot in, obviously. That was why. You know, they weren't completely off the mat. He still had his foot in bounds. So, like I said, it's either going to stay 3-2 or it's going to be 4-3 for Peterson.
And so what was looking like a perfect first period, plans can change quickly.
Quick, right? And that's what makes these duels so crucial, and every situation matters.
You've got 2 reversals, no near fall.
Okay. So
Now here's the thing. Tom's considering throwing it. They get
a brick.
only
They get
one brick. So this is it.
So this is an independent review here.
It's a huge risk for Tom to use a brick here on a call that was already reviewed. There's still 9 matches to go after this one. And if Iowa loses their challenge brick in the very first match, it could come back to bite them later. That being said, if they win the challenge and Peterson gets back points, it'll be a huge momentum shift.
And Tom
said so.
Here we go.
Okay.
On his back, that's 2.
There's the 2. Well, here's the question. So did they go all the way out? Out. Unless his foot is on that.
Or is he hovering
if he's
over
hovering over it. But look.
It might be. I think he's still in. And it doesn't have
elbow,
to be in. It has to be over the cylinder.
I think they're going to just stick with what they call it. I love it, man. This is awesome. We get to sit here and just enjoy it, Piles.
The call on the mat is upheld.
So 2 reversal, no near fall.
The call on the mat stands and Iowa loses their challenge brick. So we'll see if that comes into play later. But that shouldn't overshadow the fact that Dean Peterson was able to secure a late reversal to pull himself right back into this match.
And now up and moving right away, Troy Spratley, but committing to this right. He's good with his Navy. He goes Navy, and he can hit a cradle from that position.
Yeah, he did that last year at NCAAs, if I'm not mistaken.
That's how he pinned Richie.
Pinned Figs, yep. And he's going right back to it.
It's a good ride for him. 7 seconds, poised for a big ride out here. Could get that full allotment for that reversal. And what a response from Dean Peterson.
Nice period there. Yep. Peterson found a way to get himself right back in this match.
Hey, Jake, get off him. All the way. All the way.
Peterson lines up on that right side. Quickly up to his feet now, and Spratley escapes.
Period 2 ends with no additional points after Spratley's escape, but he does manage to wrestle Dean to the edge and get a stall call.
You and I talked about that finger fight a little bit.
Yeah, it's all the rage right now.
All the rage.
Stall warning against Dean Peterson.
Then Spratley manages to get in on a late shot, and it looks like he might be starting to shift the momentum back in his favor.
There's that single. I was getting ready to talk about that. He's going to cut him back there. Oh, here we come with the Jonesy.
As the third period starts, Tom Brands yells to Dean that they need to go neutral.
Hey, I'm going full club. He's got 52 riding time. We got to score a takedown.
And then Terry does the funniest thing ever and tries to make Troy Spratley flinch.
You blinked.
I didn't catch it on camera, but according to Terry, he did blink.
You blinked.
And Terry may have even gotten in his head because immediately Dean starts to horse Spratley.
Head coach of the Iowa Hawkeyes. And a shot into it. That should be a stall.
That'll be.
Oh my. Yeah,
I mean,
what's good for the goose, got to be good for the gander. You would say, hey, Dean drove him out of bounds.
Yeah.
Worked him out of bounds, similar to how Spratley
did him, and right on the Iowa sideline too. Yeah. And this is still anybody's match. Peterson gets a late takedown.
As the clock ticks down, you start to feel Iowa fans' hopes start to dissipate. Dean Peterson has yet to find himself close to a takedown in this match.
But Spratley's circling away. He has not been warned. He can afford to evade.
They'll get him. Well, yeah.
And they got to hit him there. Yeah. So that's the first warning, though. So it's going to take 2 more warnings to tie it. So For Dean Peterson, you can't be thinking get some warnings. You got to think score.
That's, what he just did right there. He's got to start sprinting now.
Tight collar here for Dean Peterson on the edge. 20 seconds to go. He's going to shoot him off the mat out of bounds. Re-attack
there.
With 15 seconds left, Spratley's able to counterattack and get in on Dean's leg. Now it looks like the match is over, and Oklahoma State is going to kick this duel off with a win.
13 seconds to go.
But then,
this finish, extending the lead. Look at her run around. It's 3.
Dean Peterson pulls an absolute rabbit out of his hat. With short time and on the edge, he somehow manages to secure the winning takedown. This is huge for the duel, and everyone knows it.
Yeah, at the end.
Dean Peterson and the Hawkeyes strike first.
Yep. Spratley was in control, lost that ankle just a little bit, and Peterson was able to circle around and get that 3-point takedown for the victory for the Hawkeyes.
I feel f***ing great. Well, you know, I live for this. Tight-ass duel, national finalist. We're going for that win, baby. Let's go.
Up next for Oklahoma State, it's unranked true freshman Ronnie Ramirez taking on Iowa's two-time NCAA finalist Drake Ayala. Ramirez definitely showed promise as a fearless young guy when he took out number 22 ranked Zach Redding in the second round against NC State. But Drake Ayala is a different beast. He's a veteran and one that Iowa has been able to count on for years now to get his job done. That being said, freshmen can produce some insane results sometimes.
The dirty dodge, they call it. Shot, beautiful re-attack by Ronnie Ramirez. He's close on his takedown. He's doubled off on the butt. Can he get that right arm out is the question. Squeezing hard.
You see Ayala block that. Now he's got to look to hide his ankles. You see where Ayala's going, falling off on the side. Ramirez was in this position yesterday with Redding.
Stepped over, that's 3. 20 seconds to go. The ride here is essential. Can he get out? Yes, he can.
Yep.
Getting that point is huge.
That was a key sequence there to help him secure that takedown. But Ayala, just like a true professional that he is, he hustled up and got that 1 point.
The first period ends, and the freshman fearlessness I was talking about is on full display. Ronnie Ramirez is a huge underdog in this matchup. And yet, the second period starts with an escape from Ayala and then ticks by as no more points are scored. At this point, every single Oklahoma State fan in the crowd is on the edge of their seat, biting their nails, praying they can get an upset of their own.
Drake lining up, and we're going to see
and this is one
how Ramirez can do underneath there, and he's going to turn and cut.
But as we all know, don't trip, Ayala is a dog on top too. But right now, I think he knows that, man, Ramirez is feeling me a little bit.
He definitely is.
Yes, he's feeling me a little bit.
And as the clock is winding down, I'm surprised to see how hard it is for Drake to get to his offense.
Bad shot, another stall call, because Ayala's controlling the center. He's controlling the hand fight and continuing to move forward. So there's one probably looming if Ramirez either doesn't get to an attack or pick up the his little pass by there.
But then with a little less than a minute to go, Drake starts to get to work.
Got to feel that next warning is coming. It's all Drake Ayala.
But even those little feints like what Ayala just did, right? That means a lot.
Stall point goes up. It's a 1 point.
And then an opportunity.
Ayala's looking for it. There it is.
Big snap. Nothing yet.
But he doesn't get the takedown. However, a third stall call for fleeing the mat.
We're tied. 4-4.
Drake wasn't able to get to his finish, but he found a way to get points on that scoreboard. Neither guy is wrestling against the clock now, and everyone in this building's eyes are focused on this mat, waiting to see who gets the next takedown.
Now, that duck attempt might have just saved him. 33 seconds to go, or we will go to overtime if no one scores. Right now, Ronnie Ramirez trying to find his way to some offense, a point. For Drake Ayala, the game plan is simple. Keep doing what you're doing. The momentum is going his direction for sure.
Like I said, Ramirez is feeling him a little bit. This is where Ayala's winning right now. This is where he's winning this match right here, is in the hand fight.
Overtime at 33 between Drake Ayala and Ronnie Ramirez.
Go back to that middle. We got a reset, 2-minute overtime. Ayala's going to look for that snap or that left leg swing single. He's been snapping really, really well.
There's a
There it
shot.
is.
That's what he's looking for. Re-attack. High crotch position here for Drake Ayala on the left side. Crackdown now. Got to get that left arm out. He's close. Or could be neutral danger. Not counting yet. Ronnie Ramirez. There's 1 count. 2.
There it is.
Takedown Ayala. Hawks up 6-0.
Good job by Ayala.
The veteran Ayala gets it done. He doesn't look too pleased with himself, but a win is a win, and he got tough when it mattered. Now Iowa's up 6-0, and the duel's looking more and more like it might go in their favor. But Oklahoma State's true freshman, Sergio Vega, might have something to say about that. Sergio Vega beat his first All-American in the second round, and now Oklahoma State is looking to him to do it again. He's the underdog on paper, but after giving up an upset loss at 125, the Cowboys need Sergio to pull through here. The first and second period tick by without much action. Sergio took neutral in the second, and then as the third period was starting, everyone wondered if Nasir Bailey would do the same.
I don't know if it's linked to your point. Where's he
Neutral.
going?
Neutral. And we've seen that with Nasir. So now we could be looking at a 0-0 sudden victory.
A 0-0 score in the third period is rare, but it means neither guy has to wrestle against the clock. And here is where we started to see some flurries.
Shot from Vega. They're trying to shoot him out now, trying to run around.
Whoa!
Vega able to square up. He stayed under that arm. He was able to
A little
turn.
bit of flurry there for them fellas. 35 Piles. Let's see if Nasir gets back to what I talked about earlier real quick.
Not pulled the trigger much from space. Now floating a little bit of position here is Nasir, but Vega's not, as the Cowboy crowd gets on Nasir, Vega's not forced the issue enough to merit a warning. There's a re-attack. Nothing there still. 12 seconds. No one's getting close right now.
Now we're headed to overtime, and the boys are starting to let it fly. But neither guy has really gotten to a scoring position yet in this match, which is why I was surprised when I saw Nasir get right to it.
Instead of going to the tiebreaker, double the single for Nasir Bailey, left-handed.
Here we go.
Fighting the hands, though, is Sergio Vega. There's a lot to navigate with Sergio fighting those hands, reaching across, staying on the wizard. Rubber knee now, circling around is Nasir Bailey. Getting above the knee, good position. They stop it for potentially dangerous. Back to center we go.
To the center. With that single, he finally got to it, but Vega did a heck of a job fighting hands, too.
Little duck under. Standing single leg now for Nasir Bailey.
Off of that
Got Vega bouncing on 1 foot. Trying to climb up, get a little higher in the leg. Posting with his right hand is Sergio Vega, fighting the other hand of Nasir Bailey's. And he's having a hard time getting to where he can trip.
That's a good job by Bailey, what he's doing.
This right here is the defining position. If Nasir scores, Iowa will be safely in the lead for this duel. But if Sergio manages to make some magic again like he did against Ryan Jack, then the Cowboys could still very reasonably take this duel.
Still 40 seconds to finish this. And he gets it out. He shoots another shot. Vegas another shot. He's coming up. A three.
For the second time in this tournament, Sergio Vega pulls off some crazy shit. A lot of people will look back on national duels and remember it as Sergio Vega's weekend.
That's another one. Oh yeah. Good wrestler, really strong, but I know if anyone gets in on my leg, it's gonna be a tough time for them. So just gotta stay true to myself and keep wrestling through every position, even if it looks like I'm dead to rights.
Your first Oklahoma State-Iowa duel, living up to its reputation?
Oh yeah, this is amazing. That was super cool, but yeah, hopefully we get the job done.
And that was definitely a huge momentum shift for the Cowboys, who are very much back in this duel and favored going into 149, where Oklahoma State's number 4 ranked Casey Swiderski is taking on unranked Ryder Block of Iowa.
Back in deep, single leg for Casey Swiderski. Standing single.
He was here yesterday too, Piles.
Got the back trip for 3. Beautiful takedown for Casey Swiderski, and he will strike first, running block out of bounds.
Fireworks, man. Fireworks in the BOK, Piles.
You said it, Hardell. Ryder's gonna turn and cut, get on the board, 3-1.
A quick takedown for Casey, and it looks like he's gonna add more to the script, but then he gets Ryder's block.
Side crotch. Good shot here for Ryder block. Standing and looking, almost conceding. There's the takedown.
Good job.
Does that even make sense? I really wanted to shoehorn that pun into the script, but now I just feel stupid. Block steals a late takedown and ride out, which is huge, and he maintains his lead deep into the third period. But Swiderski only needs one takedown to win this match.
Swiderski's got to start sprinting. Block's going to hold center. There's been no stall calls.
Swiderski's feeling
That's his position. Block takes a quick look at that clock with 30 seconds left. He's like, man, I know what I got to do. I got to hold center. I got to stay in here and wrestle. Swiderski's stalking.
Swiderski can't get to that next level. Nice run around here, nothing yet. 22 seconds. Another shot, running through him, not there. Block just staying.
Hey, back center, hey! Hey! Look at him! Look at him! Look at him! Look at him! Hey!
Swiderski got one last opportunity. He has not been able to get back to that right-handed single leg.
Block's the first. Yep. Block's doing a great job holding center.
Block's adjusted to hand fight as well as he shoots, catches. And Ryder block with the upset over Casey Swiderski. Huge win for the Hawks.
Good win for Ryder block. You talked about it. Probably the most significant win of his.
Ryder block was 2-4 last year. A win over an All-American in his second match of the year is a testament to Iowa's development, not to mention the effect it has on this duel.
How'd you feel? Feels good, right? He started talking to in the first period. I think he's ass. All day, Hawkeye. Yeah, well, let's talk now. I mean, I know I've been at this level, like I can beat these guys. It took last year, I think, for me to figure it out. And then over the summer, you know, I was just like, okay, I don't want to like, this is like messed up, but like I don't want to like live embarrassed. Like I don't want to walk around embarrassed because I was 2-4 last year. Like I was tired of living like that. So I was just like, you know, I got to make a change. Like I got to figure it out. And I think this summer I did a lot of that.
How have you felt about like your team's momentum in this duel so far?
Good. Peterson stealing that one at the end was freaking awesome. They kept telling me not to get involved in the duel, and I'm trying to think about other things. Like, I don't know, something that's been heavy on my mind is not a lot of people know off my team, but my dad had a heart attack last week after the duel at Bellarmine, so he had to get like a heart surgery last week. Tuesday I was at home with him, so that was pretty, it's been a long week, but you know, I can call him home after this and say, hey, you know, we're almost there. You just got to keep going.
You never really know what's going on in a wrestler's life, and getting that context from Ryder makes his win that much more impressive. But while I was in the back halls talking to Ryder, Landon Robideau was lighting up the scoreboard.
Left-handed high crotch, good post double. But he's also got a Greco background too, a little bit.
But now in on a single leg on the edge, falls right into it. Now you're gonna be pulling him back in. Dive roll, not there. 2 takedowns in the first 90 seconds
What
here.
he did on that dive roll, I say it again, you young ones out there, when you got a guy that's getting ready to dive roll, you just kind of let go of everything and sprawl.
And he gave the one,
He ran around. Back to it again. Good snaps.
Now where you gotta be careful is shooting against Robideau, staying on it. His rear
Just staying on it. There it is, right there. He's underneath that other leg.
There's 2, and he cuts right away.
Cuts him.
Snap. Wow. Nice Granby catches an ankle. 16-5, the measure well at hand. 5 seconds to go. And 7 minutes of action from Landon Robideau.
Robideau went out strapped on that one.
16-5. First bonus point of the night, Hardell.
Dominant performance by Robideau. That's been consistent since this young man has been wrestling in the Cowboys in the single.
I was excited to hear from Robideau because I'd never talked to him before, and all the other Oklahoma State freshmen pointed to him as a major source of their confidence and inspiration.
Sergio was telling me that you inspired him, that he didn't know if he had the same belief, then he started spending time with you, saw your self-belief, and it rubbed off on him. Do you talk about that a lot in the room, or do you think that's something that people are just like observing?
It's kind of funny now. People, they're like, you have a hard kid, they're like, oh, you gotta get ready for the match, and I'm like, yeah, but I mean, you just gotta go out there, tech them, pin them. It's kind of it's a joke, but it's not really a joke. Like, I truly mean it. I think Sergio could have went out there and majored that kid. I think I could have went out there and scored more points. I think D can be a national champion. Our freshman class is really something special. I think we all have like mindsets where we're all killers. We're looking to put opponents into the ground, and I think when you just surround yourself with people like that, you get to hang out with people like that all the time. It's just recipe for success.
Oklahoma State definitely has one of the best crops of true freshmen wrestling has seen in years, which is just one reason why this next match was my most anticipated of the duel. In the last 2 years, Mikey Caliendo has only lost to NCAA champions. He is one of the best and most proven talents in the NCAA this year. Now enter Ladarian Lockett. He's a phenom, an age-level world champion, and a Who's Number 1 winner. People expect Ladarian Lockett to be a multiple-time national champion by the time his career is said and done. But in his true freshman year, is he ready to take on someone as proven as Michael Caliendo? I was skeptical, but I couldn't wait to find out.
Coach Vance called him the face of the program. The motor and attack rate of Caliendo is outstanding, and there you're seeing it right away, that shot. Hard double, just kidding. And there, see, I thought you were gonna run him over. Caliendo somehow recovered, ends up with the leg of his own. That's the hardest double I've seen D shoot all year.
Yes, he actually got to that one.
Yes.
Now, credit to Caliendo. Still in it.
Okay, looking for that pick. Is D. Lockett shut by, close.
Oh, good counter by Caliendo there. Nice stuff.
The recoveries from Caliendo are the story here, because D is scoring on everyone in America, I want to say, from that position, but not Caliendo.
There's that double again.
Another hard double. Caliendo been playing more defense than offense.
Yes.
That's a rare situation.
Yep.
You really only see him like that against matches like against Mitchell Messenbrink.
Yep. Lockett's going down.
That could be a factor here. And yet, Lockett took the scenic route back to center.
He did. Caliendo threw up the stall call.
Quick sit there.
The match within the match.
Nice changeover now. Quad pod fighting that hand. It's Lockett now, head lever there.
Yeah,
for Caliendo.
Once again, tough right here, man.
He looks glued there.
Yeah.
Behind that arm. And Lockett searching for answers.
The ankle ride. That's why they got him.
Yep.
Like I said, Caliendo, he knows where he's at. He knows where he's at. He knows what he's doing.
And Lockett continued to adjust the ankle bands. Caliendo asking for his second stall call. Now quad podding up, looking for hand control.
Oh,
there's the escape.
Cut back.
49 seconds to riding time. But it feels like Caliendo's due for a quality attack.
He hadn't had one.
No. Duck, he goes to him, nothing yet. Oh! He's taking him over. Back. Oh! And rolls through.
3 and 2.
I don't know.
Duck, here.
Nothing.
Right.
That could
3,
be,
2.
I think 3 and 2 is the right call.
Yes.
Look at it!
But now this gives Caliendo a chance to get riding time back up. Well, it's getting ready to be over a minute.
That's a big point potentially, but we know Lockett is solid from the top position as well if he gets an opportunity. Trying to come up and out.
Good hard ride by Caliendo right here.
But he's sitting on the ankle again.
Yeah. Look, they want.
And he's not coming off of it.
No, he's looking at it.
They stop it.
Oh, the match.
They're
in the match, man.
So, okay, scenario here. 1:18 of riding time for Caliendo. It's important that Lockett drives this down under a minute.
Yes, that part is key.
He's been impressive from the top position. Look at this.
Good cut back by Caliendo. Good counter by Lockett. Nothing. That was good. That was a really good flurry there.
You probably need 1 to 2 more of those flurries.
Yes.
Hold him down.
But then Caliendo's starting to feel it a little bit too now, Piles.
Drops down to the ankle. Quad podding up, dropping down to the double.
Big for Caliendo. He hadn't given one yet.
He's still got the elbow.
There's his one. He's still over a minute.
Exactly 1 minute of riding time.
Score is officially tied.
Yes.
1-on-1 here, 1 minute on the clock.
Shot, and they go out of bounds.
Woo! So the score is tied if you're at home of Caliendo's 1 minute of riding time. Piles and kind of
I got to rearrange.
He's kind of got readjusted.
90 seconds to go. 4-3 on the scoreboard, but the riding time at 1:01 for Caliendo. If the match were to end, we would go to overtime.
And remember, Lockett's been the one in on attacks. Caliendo hadn't got there yet, but like I said, there's something in there. See if Lockett gets back to that duck, pass buys, Caliendo to that single and or high crotch.
1:03 to go. Double change from Caliendo, hard club from Lockett. 20 seconds left. Hard double to single. Lockett looking for the finish.
Good hit by Caliendo, big
He's
lift.
skying him. Can he get it? Taking him towards the out of bounds. Takes him through. Nothing yet. He's got the head.
He's got the headlock still in the ball. He got it. Whoa!
D. Lockett, your winner. Stunned Michael Caliendo. And just like that,
bang.
Cowboys take the lead.
It's a freshman takeover in this joint. Yes, sir.
What you gotta do, you gotta go take it. All right, and you're not done yet.
Yes, sir. One more. Woo! Oh, man. Let's go. Man, that was crazy. It's been a dream to wrestle in a Oklahoma State Hawkeye duel. Iowa was like my #2 school. I love their coaches. I got friends on their teams now. It was crazy. Coach Taylor's just telling us he's preparing us for these moments, and that's why I said in my last interview I wanted Caliendo. I wanted to test myself. I thought we were gonna go to overtime, and Coach told me, like, you prepared for this. You know you can go get one more. You've almost had 4 takedowns, only got 2 of them. So go get it. And I was like, all right, one more.
Iowa, Oklahoma State, is there bad blood? Is there respect? Like, what energy are you guys taking into a duel like this?
I don't know. I can't speak for all the guys because I know Robideau, he's trying to cut every team's head off, no matter who it is. If the guy is number 1, number 30, he's always just trying to kill him. So I don't know about them, but I have a lot of respect for Iowa. I took a visit there all weekend. I've talked to them, said hi. They asked me how my mom's doing, how my sisters are doing. But when I'm wrestling, it's always a war for me, and that's one thing I'm trying to do. I'm trying to always win, and that's just what my family raised me to be, is a hard worker, a person that's respectful, but also tries to win and goes hard at everything he does.
Iowa kicked off the duel with an upset, but now Oklahoma State has responded with 2 of their own, putting them in the lead at 10-9. But remember, Iowa doesn't have a heavyweight, so the score is effectively 16-9 in favor of the Cowboys. One more win would put them firmly in the driver's seat of this duel, and Iowa is in a tough spot now. Bonus points are not likely in the final 3 matches, and without them, Iowa will need to win all 3 to win this duel. In following 165, their backs are immediately against the wall as Patrick Kennedy goes into overtime with Alex Facundo.
Who's gonna get it?
We'll see who fires first. It's been Facundo firing.
Yeah. But Kennedy's been finding a way, right? And this, oh!
He finds his way to the leg, now doubled off. Switching to the other side is Alex Facundo. Loose lock, now switches to the elbow, gives up on the leg. They stalemate it quickly, 1:41 to go in sudden victory.
I don't think Facundo liked that right leg, or left leg, sorry, because he switched quick. You know what I mean?
Just more comfortable.
Yeah, because he looked like he had a good bite on that leg too. Maybe it has to do with Kennedy's hips. There it is.
Deep
shot.
single leg.
That's it.
Backside, he's got the shin wizard, does Facundo.
Oh, we've been here before.
Getting standing, and now he's got that foot on the shelf. Looking back trip, nothing yet. There's 3.
Good job.
Kennedy wins it.
He found a way. He found a way. Yep. Just another day at the office for Kennedy, right? He was in there on that first time early in the first period, was unable to finish, and end up finding a way to get that takedown there to seal that victory for the Hawkeyes.
Huge win for the Hawkeyes.
Next up, number 2 Angelo Ferrari is taking on number 4 Zach Ryder. Outside the Cowboy-Hawkeye rivalry, this is a match that carries a little extra weight for Angelo. His older brother won an NCAA title for Oklahoma State, and Angelo used to wrestle for Stillwater High School.
A lot of orange in the crowd, so I love being in a hostile environment. I think it's better that way. So
coming to take over.
The first period is scoreless, but we start to see some action early in the second.
Dropping down from the top position. And reminds me a little of his big brother, AJ.
Yes.
Now a sit out here for Ryder.
Suck back.
And he's gonna get the one.
He's looking at that ankle.
Yep. He's got it.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Yes, that was nice.
Outstanding takedown by Angelo Ferrari as he takes a 3-1 lead here.
That was nice.
Angelo scores the first takedown, but Ryder earns a quick escape. Just one takedown from Ryder would put him in the lead, and a win would secure the duel for the Cowboys.
15 seconds. Trying to shoot, throws it by. 16 seconds. One last chance for Zach Ryder, for Angelo Ferrari.
These dudes' faces are just beat up.
Angelo's eyes swollen.
Yeah.
Looking like Drago with that blonde hair. 14 to go. And Ryder taking some ground. Could see a warning, won't have a big impact as Angelo's gonna wisely circle up. 5 seconds to go. Ryder's gotta make it happen. He's gonna shoot and gonna hold on.
Good match.
Angelo Ferrari says settle down.
Yeah, quiet down is what he said.
Love this shit. Hostile environment. You know, my brother won a Big 12 title here 4 or 5 years ago. You know, obviously on the other side of that, love it. You know, it's probably my second favorite place to go besides Iowa. You know, it's the biggest rivalry in wrestling, and you know, we got to be ready to go. And you know, most of the guys are ready to go, but you know, it's obviously a close duel, and yeah, man, it's huge. You know.
It all comes down to 197 pounds. Iowa's hopes in this duel rest squarely on the shoulders of unranked Masoma Indine. To pull off the win, he'll have to shock a lot of people with an upset over number 9, Cody Merrill. Indine has shown at this event that he belongs at the Division I level, but can he deliver on the biggest stage against a top 10 opponent in the most historic and intense rivalry in all of wrestling? Or will Cody Merrill slam the door on Iowa's comeback? Will the young freshman prove that he's ready to be an anchor for the sport's most storied program? A lot is riding on this final match.
197. We talked about this one in the open. It could come down to this match. And here we are, 15-10. Hawkeyes leading. Indine can close it. And you can tell Merrill's trying to time those fakes.
Yeah, he's got him reaching. Indine's got him reaching a little bit.
Indine's a guy who came into wrestling late, started in high school, and just quickly got better and better and better. Found his way as time expires for the first period.
The first period ticks by scoreless, but then Indine makes a costly mistake.
Merrill in the bottom position.
Up to his feet quickly. Right back down. Forward pressure from Indine. Fighting those hands as Cody Merrill. Sliding the leg in for a moment. Nothing yet. He's got the tilt.
That's a cut. That's illegal. That right there is illegal.
Merrill taking a second, so that's one green. Illegal cutback. Ardell was all over it. Yeah. Oh, that's why, and that's why.
An illegal cutback sets Indine back by 1 point. But the bigger concern isn't the scoreboard. Cody Merrill is down and appears to be injured. If he's unable to continue, the match is stopped, and Oklahoma State is awarded 6 team points, enough to secure the duel. No one wants a duel as back and forth as this to end with an injury, but if you're Oklahoma State, it's got to be tempting. The only thing between them and a win over their arch rival is the simple decision to not continue. Everything pauses as attention turns to Merrill, the outcome of the duel hanging in the balance.
Merrill's good.
So that makes it 1-0.
You have to respect and appreciate Cody and Oklahoma State for making the decision to toe the line, especially when it could have been so easy for them to choose the alternative and take home the immediate W.
Coming up. Doesn't seem to be too limited as he's fighting in. Turns, cuts, there's an escape. 2-0, Cody Merrill.
And once again, this is what duels do. Look at the sidelines over there. You got the Cowboys sitting on one side. You got the Hawkeyes sitting on one side. They're pretty much shoulder to shoulder as far as a team.
The second comes to a close, and we enter the final period of this duel. The next 2 minutes will determine each team's fate. Cody Merrill has the advantage. He's up 2-0, and he's notoriously difficult to score on. But Dean came here with something to prove. And right now we find out if he can survive the pressure, put his team on his back, and prove everyone wrong.
Quick stand up. Trying to lift and return is Merrill. Gets him back down, but fires right back up. That's just how you coach it.
Yeah. Good job by Dean getting out of there.
He's out.
Yep, that was nice work. Oh, there's... Oh.
2-1 the score. Third period, Merrill in the lead.
And Dean's about to start firing, man.
There's a lot of respect for the defense on both sides here. There's a swing single.
Nice shot.
Takedown in Dean into the lead, 4-2. There's the one, 4-3. Merrill's got to go. Again,
really good job by Dean.
And Dean is savvy. Bull rushes him, double the single, but the hips of Dean, he slides him back. 24 seconds to go.
This is Merrill's position. Good job, nice wrestling.
21. And Dean's not tired. He's looking comfortable. Hand on the head, trying to clear. Getting reactions is Cody Merrill. He's got 15 seconds to get the score. Can he get it? Gonna have to fire. Another shot from Merrill. 10 seconds to go. The duel on the line. Merrill on the leg. Sprawling out is and Dean does it. The Hawks win it.
I'm there. In my mind, I'm the best in the country. But I'm just going to keep on taking names. Every single time I step out there. Every time.
How does it feel to clinch a historic rivalry like that?
That's my job, 197. End of the duel, got to take care of business. Angelo gets it done. Patrick Kennedy got it done. I'm going to get it done. Open up FloWrestling. Check the film. I beat 2 ranked people today. It's okay, I'm just a D3 guy. Keep thinking that. We're gonna keep on rolling.
What'd you like about your team's fight, and what do you think about the next duel?
Contested, it was very contested. And every point mattered. And Mo and Dean went and got one, and he had to go get one. Had the illegal move, he had to go get one.
Mo and Dean comes through clutch for the Hawks, and a win over Iowa slips through David Taylor's fingers once again. But here's what makes this duel so great. We get to run it back this season. Some duels feel settled after one meeting. This wasn't one of them. This felt like a matchup you could wrestle 10 different times and get 10 different outcomes. Watching it once only made me more excited to see it again, especially when you factor in the lineup changes. Iowa gets All-American heavyweight Ben Keeter back, but Mo and Dean is no longer on the roster. And Oklahoma State pulled Jax Forrest straight out of high school and dropped him right into their lineup. The next time these two teams meet, it'll be just as compelling, if not even better. And I can't wait to watch it. Honestly, editing this video just got me fired up all over again. If you enjoyed this video, drop a comment and let me know which match was your favorite. And while you're down there, give me a score prediction for the next duel. Also, 66% of you are not subscribed. If you want more content like this showing up in your feed, hit that button. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. I love you? Mate, edit that out.